Informed consent means your doctor tells you the risk of the treatment you are about to undergo. In too many cases, informed consent was withheld. Americans were kept in the dark about the effects of what was being done to them. The deception extended beyond the test subjects themselves to encompass their families and the American people as a whole. For these experiments were kept secret.
Wait, he say what? Welcome back to Untold Truth. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share this with your family and your friends. This is not one of the videos you just want to pass up. You need to watch this video. You're going to be seeing some things today. You're going to learn some things today if you are not already aware of the true pandemic that we are facing. The true pandemic that we are facing, and we've been facing for some time. And it's not the pandemic that you have been told about and that's floating around everywhere, that's been so talked about and all the numbers increasing. No, this pandemic is the mind control that has been going on, and it's been going on for a long time. You just heard a little bit from a former president. There are and have been experiments conducted in regards to mind control and manipulation of the American people. This has been going on for decades. It's proven. One particular program was MK Ultra Mind Control. You can look it up for yourself. Today, I'm just gonna put it out there. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I'm gonna put the actual proof in front of your eyes for you to see. This stuff has been reported on by people for years now. I know there's still a lot of people that I know, that I talk to, they don't know this stuff. And I'm putting it out there for you so you will know. MK Ultra Mind Control was a project that the CIA conducted on the American people without their knowledge. So it was people that was getting drugged, and experimentation was done on them to control and manipulate their mind to see how they would react to it. There are other proven conspiracies that have been done in that same manner. So conspiracy is not a bad word. To look into conspiracies, they have been done on people. We have been lied to in so many ways. So you shouldn't be afraid of that word. You shouldn't be afraid to look into things versus just believing everything that is said. Look into this stuff for yourself. Let's listen to a little bit more of what our former president had to say.
Thousands of government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation. The goal was to understand the effects of radiation exposure on the human body. While most of the tests were ethical by any standards, some were unethical, not only by today's standards, but by the standards of the time in which they were conducted. They failed both the test of our national values and the test of humanity. Informed consent means your doctor tells you the risk of the treatment you are about to undergo. In too many cases, informed consent was withheld. Americans were kept in the dark about the effects of what was being done to them. The deception extended beyond the test subjects themselves to encompass their families and the American people as a whole. For these experiments were kept secret.
If you're not looking into this stuff already, you just wouldn't know. The technology and the things that they have is just unbelievable. And I could tell you from the old technology that we know of right now, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm going to share with you this patent that was in 2003. This patent was put in place a United States patent. Let's take a look at this patent. It's very weird. It's crazy. This U.S. patent, patent number 6506148B as in Bravo 2. You can type that in. You can pull this up for yourself. I'll link it in the description so you can pull up the document. You can print it. Look, it's a actual United States patent. This patent is the nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. Look at this. Physiological effects have been observed in human subjects in response to stimulation of the skin with weak electromagnetic fields that are pulsed with certain frequencies near half a hertz or 2.4 hertz, such as to excite a sensory resonance. Many computer monitors and TV tubes, when displaying pulse images, emit pulsed electromagnetic fields of sufficient amplitudes to cause such excitation. It is therefore possible to manipulate the nervous system of a subject by pulsing images displayed on a nearby computer monitor or TV set. For the latter, the image pulsing may be embedded in the program material, or it may be overlaid by modulating a video stream either as an RF signal or as a video signal. The image displayed on the computer monitor may be pulsed effectively by a simple, let me say that again, a simple computer program. For certain monitors, pulsed electromagnetic fields capable of exciting sensory resonances in nearby subjects may be generated even as the displayed images are pulsed with subliminal intensity. So they can subliminally pulse through images electromagnetic frequencies into your body to excite your body, your senses, to make you feel sexual urges, to make you feel any kind of way that they desire. And it will hit the parts of your body that they aim it at through electromagnetic nervous system manipulation. Pull it up for yourself, read through it. It's several pages, and you will see this is patented and documented. They can manipulate your body through your TV screen, through your cell phone, through your computer monitor, tablet, iPad, etc. We already know they've had subliminal messages, and we're going to cover that in cartoons, in movies, in our favorite songs, etc. Rap music, rock and roll, all of that. We know that. But this patent, once again, 2003. What kind of stuff is they coming up with now? I'm gonna do another video. You got Facebook. They're working on technology where you will not have to type in your status on Facebook. You'll be able to think it, boom, and the status is input. They're already talking about it. They've been talking about it for years. A woman from the Department of Defense was hired into Facebook to work on that technology. There's other technology being developed. This is serious stuff, but this is old technology that's already been pushed. It's very crazy. It's very crazy. It's very crazy. I know, but it's true. MK Ultra Mind Control is true. I'm gonna show you something else. Take a look at this.
Even in the Cold War years of the late 50s and early 60s, most doctors and academics would have been embarrassed to have found that an organization of spies was openly paying for their research. So the CIA set up a number of fronts, respectable foundations like the Human Ecology Fund. Sounds innocent enough, but it was run by the CIA's brainwashing experts. Here at McGill University in Montreal, the fund found 3 projects worth financing. The largest MK Ultra research project, this one directly related to brainwashing, was carried out at the university's psychiatric hospital, the Allen Memorial Institute. Located atop Mount Royal in a mansion with the eerie name of Ravenscrag, the Allen Memorial was once the most prestigious mental hospital in Canada. The unorthodox treatments of its director caught the attention of the CIA in the mid-50s. Dr. Ewan Cameron, the first director of the Allen Memorial, ran the institute with an iron hand for 20 years. Much of Cameron's research went on in the stables next to the main hospital building. Documents recently released by the CIA reveal what research Cameron proposed. To make patients receptive to repetitive messages, Cameron suggested using chemical agents to break down ongoing patterns of behavior. Chemical agents like LSD. With some patients, Dr. Cameron tried a drastic treatment called depatterning. Massive doses of electroshock, 20 times more intense than the standard shock treatments used today, were administered to patients who were kept sleeping for days. Dr. Cameron thought he could wipe out patients' sick behavior and leave the healthy personality intact. But first patients were to be so depatterned that some even forgot their toiletries.
Our government, they got caught doing this. They got caught doing this stuff. So it's not a game. It's not just a theory. It's things that actually have happened. So we need to protect ourselves. And sometimes we, like I said, we put these blinders on. We gotta take them off. Take off the blinders. This is not about fear. This is about awareness and preparation. Well, how do I prepare myself against? Stop watching so much TV. Stop watching and streaming and on the computer and on your phone. Stop. We have had warnings down over time. It's called the Black Mirror, the Dark Mirror, the One-Eyed Devil. We've heard all of this stuff down through the years, and what do we say? Oh, it won't hurt us. Oh, this, all that, and it is hurting us on many different levels and many different ways. And I just read to you this patent that they can manipulate your body through images with electromagnetic pulses that you have no clue is going on, and they've been doing it. So you can ignore it if you want to. You can bypass this video if you want to, think it's not true, but I don't know. All I could do is put it out there because I care. Now, we also know, or you should know, that repetition is also used in mind control. And True Stream Media did this great piece. They are a great YouTube channel. You should check them out. You should subscribe to them too if you don't know about them already. Truth Stream Media. They are awesome.
Fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news
has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media
without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
They want total control, and they don't want you to believe anything else that comes out, even though you can tell they working off of a script. You can see that from many different news stations. They all repeat and saying the same thing. That's a sign there's an agenda. They're pushing an agenda, and they want everybody to fit into that mold. They want everybody to think that same way, and they don't want any deviation from that. And that's why people like me and other channels, they're gonna continue. They've already been getting shut down since a name I won't say, because that probably get me in trouble. But they've been getting shut down, and more YouTube channels that are putting information out there that regular people don't see, because it's not coming on the news. It's not coming up on these different. It's not coming up, so you wouldn't know it. They're gonna try to shut us down. Well, you should be able to see, read between the lines, see the patterns. People are being conditioned and primed, and they're conditioning and priming us right now for the pandemic that we're going through, and it's not what you think it is. It's brainwashing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's brainwashing. I'm gonna show you something else to prove it. I'm trying to walk through this. I'm not real good at this. I'm still a little bit new to doing this whole channel thing and pushing this stuff out. I want this to be as entertaining for you as possible, but it just is what it is. We got to take the time to look into this stuff. If somebody come up to you and start telling you about stuff, you say prove it, but it takes literally, it's documentation upon documentation, documentaries, all kind of stuff that you would have to look through, read, watch. Do you have the time for that? Because if within 5 seconds, if I don't intrigue your interest, you want to click to watch something else, it's gonna make you laugh. You got to invest the time if you want to really know the truth. So just give me a few more minutes. If this is not an agenda, I don't know what is.
This is globalist social engineering.
Laying out goals and the new normal ahead.
While the world awaits a vaccine and faces the reality that even with one, our lives will never be the same.
Welcome to the third episode of New Normal.
Your temperature is checked before you walk in to the establishment.
Aspect of modern life, and the shift towards remote working could have far-reaching consequences. It could alter the shape and purpose of cities, affect gender equality, and even change how we think about time.
It's here among us, and I think we all are sort of yearning for things to return to some form of normal. But that's maybe not so easy. What kind of process are we looking at to learn to live with this virus over the next year or so?
So a return to normal as we knew it is not on the cards in the near future, and it is really important that I am upfront with you right now about that. What we will be seeking to do is find a new normal.
Out from under the doona. National Cabinet has laid out Australia's three-phase plan to lifting restrictions, but the reality of putting that into practice is only just setting in. Welcome to a day in the post-lockdown world.
Social engineering.
New Brunswick is entering its third week of no confirmed cases of COVID-19. That's good news, continuing to widen the gap from other provinces. But in an effort to return to some kind of normal, are we putting workers at risk? Is it too soon? Comparative to...
Earlier today, we released our modeling on how we think this pandemic might unfold. The modeling shows that COVID-19 arrived in Canada late.
Welcome to the Royal Television Society, Thames Valley Centre's webinar, News in the New Norm.
The World Health Organization warning that the new coronavirus pandemic may be here for good. And even if a vaccine is found, controlling coronavirus will require, quote, a massive effort. Does that mean replicating on a global scale what the South Koreans have done with draconian tracking of all citizens and an army of contact tracers? The high road to a dystopian future where we're policed in our every movement?
Welcome to the new normal. It's just another day at the office. Stepping out of the comfort, safety, and protection of your home brings with it a lot of concerns.
I thought that this was going to last just maybe a few months. Now I do believe that in the next 2 years maybe we're going to have to adapt. As a fashion designer, we're going to have to integrate with each outfit fashion masks, basically.
So you have to...
This is the first in a new series that we're doing called A New Normal, which is a phrase I know you've probably heard loads now.
We need to define a new normal.
A new normal. A new normal.
Stop saying that. This is not the new normal.
The left's push for nationwide COVID contact tracing isn't just some benign public health agenda. We're going to show you how it's handed unchecked power to governments now across the globe. We think there's an agenda here, and it's stripping away your freedoms. And just a massive expansion of a new permanent surveillance state. Think China? Think I'm exaggerating? Well, the article in The Guardian paints a vivid picture of where over-the-top COVID panic could take us. Surveillance tools and technologies such as fever detection goggles and drones that monitor curfews and lockdowns, and apps that do track the spread of COVID are already being deployed as part of permanent laws in countries including Cambodia, China, of course, Pakistan, and Thailand.
It wasn't about science. This was about ideology.
So this is globalist social engineering.
Yeah, on stilts, as the old saying goes. On steroids. It's really a remarkable call by one of the most...
So this is globalist social engineering.
Mankind has made huge strides in understanding the brain, understanding how to manipulate it, how to get over on you, how to get over on me. So we have to protect ourselves. And the first step of doing that is understanding what's happening. Protect yourself. Stop watching so much of this stuff on TV, whether you think, even if you think it's good.
By Anthony Fauci chorus, but then he wrote a piece in a science journal. He co-authored it in a journal called Cell. And he
Okay,
is
let me read it. Let me read it for everybody here, because this is part of what he said. Living in greater harmony with nature will require changes in human behavior as well as other radical changes that may take decades to achieve, rebuilding the infrastructures of human existence. We will need to prioritize changes in those human behaviors that constitute risks for the emergence of infectious diseases.
A lot of it is not, including NEWS. It's not good, and unfortunately pretty soon a lot of that's the only thing you're really going to be able to see, because the narrative is going to be controlled, because they're shutting a lot of platforms down for you to be able to get information and understand patents like the one that I shared with you, to understand laws that are being passed that are floating under the radar, etc. And it's not going to be reported on. So protect yourself the best you can. Realize there's a narrative going on that's getting you to normalize your rights being stripped away from you. Normalize freedom being taken and you being okay with it. You being okay with it. You're going to want it. Why? Because you think you're going to be safer. But it's not true. They're inducing you with fear to get you to lock yourself into your own prison without walls. It's really sick. It's scary. It's more stuff that I got to share with you and show you. I don't want to overload you today. But I hope this was some eye-openers for people that haven't seen this stuff. Stay prayerful. Once again, it's not for fear. It's to get you to wake up, be aware, and start preparing. Peace out.